Woo, power wash. Hi. Let's do this. How are we doing, Amber? I have 30 more seconds before I can swear. But yes. At the bonus jobs? Yep. We have one more board to do. The sculpture park here is the last power wash board. I'm doing okay. It's been a rough week at times, but Darcy, Jetsmith, come hither with your suds of wonder. The clouds have passed overhead, and the moment is now. The moment is always now. Let's get to work. Okay, so that stuff's good. Let's check everything before we get any started, see if there's anything fun. Okay, so we can't actually go on them. What van is this? There's my van. Okay. Oh good, there's plaques. Alright, so yeah, let's get to work. So yeah, Powerwash 2 is coming out the end of this year. I have it wish listed. It is one of the things I'm gonna have to, even if I don't have much money, gonna have to pick up because Powerwash has been so good to me. You get to pet Ulysses in it. You get to pet the cat. Start here. I have come. Apparently. Please purge my work of this dirt. My imposter syndrome made manifest. Oh, buddy, I know how you feel. Oh, wait, we're 7 minutes in. I have come, Amber. And for you viewers at home, I have come. Yes, you guys correctly. I've done this to yourself. Darcy, you're better than this. But I know how imposter syndrome works. I think it was Monday. I sat down and wrote a 3,579 page story in one sitting. I had been mentally planning out the story for about a week, and it all flowed out of me. And in typical imposter syndrome thing, I immediately was like, no, this is terrible. No one's gonna want to read this kind of thing. But I've got it in the hands of some people who know the source material, because it's set in an existing world. If they think I've got something here, I'm gonna submit it because the sci-fi world has its own magazine. So I will submit it and then see if they pick it up. But it was good to get out of me. It definitely had the feeling of like just absolutely being, God, especially after the cum jokes is gonna be bad, but drained in a good way, if that makes sense. Like, it felt good just to sit down and get it all out and write it all. So you drew little propeller hats on your own sculpture? Okay, buddy. But yeah, it needed if it was to be viable for submission, it needed to be between 3,000 and 5,000 words. And I didn't know if the story I was planning was even going to get there, and then it just started flowing, and I got to that 3,500 mark. So I know up here, Amber, was the last week for kiddos in school. But your kiddo's already out? Well, since May? Jesus. Do you guys start super early or just have super short, They're always out of school before Memorial Day? Yeah, that is not a thing up here. It's usually like June, July. Like usually before July, but like late June is always where we stopped. Elementary school and yeah. Also, welcome on in, Libs. Libs and I have a friend who is a school teacher, and today was her last day. And the kids we babysit also had today as the last day. And the school felt like a mannequin high school. Like, instead of party, you get a test or some bullshit. At least give me some goddamn candy. Exactly. Also, I feel bad about getting mad at like the little bit of pizza or anything or pizza or soda we got during like the pizza parties. Now as an adult, looking back and realizing the teachers were paying for all that. That wasn't like the school was funding it. You're still dirty. The Fraught Process 2020. The mind gurgles and burbles, but where there's bubble, there's trouble. Where there's froth, there's sloth. Then along comes a pop and all is forgiven. Because the heat wave on fully half the country, a lot of schools closed prematurely because that is very fair, yeah. Let's keep going this way. Do I have? I do have. Let's do this wall real quick. We'll walk it back and then go up the ramp. Thankfully, the heat's broken here in upstate New York. We were in like 70s and 60s today. It's gonna go right back up again. But it's at least a nice little break. But yes, there's already a lot of innovations that I'm seeing in the teaser trailers for Powerwash Simulator 2. Like new tools, being able to pet Ulysses, new things to like hang off of. Kids' school year is usually mid-August to mid-May, and that is consistent. Yeah, not up here. We start at the end of August, early September. But yes, if you didn't see the start of stream, it came in like there's now just a straight up ad saying, "Hey, thank you for playing. Please wishlist Powerwash Simulator 2," which has already been on my wish list since it was first announced and put on Steam. What are you called? Crystal sculpture. Alright, the gnome has to be last. There we go. Let's do up here first. As always, if this is your first time watching, welcome on in. It's been a bit. I have lots of Powerwash Simulator streams on my YouTube channel. But also, the weird OCD thing I've got to do, that I do in real life too, that I always got to mention, is if something seems like it is too much, like just a big flat expanse, I will always cut it in little sections with the power washer, and then just take out those sections, like cutting this off right here, so that I can just clean this. I don't know why I do it. It just makes it seem less daunting in my head. Do the same thing in real life too, in everything. Like, you know, if the week is too much, then you just say, well, what am I doing the next day? Cut it into smaller sections. Do what you gotta do. Bing. 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 The one thing I'm going to be super sad about in Powerwash Simulator 2 is I'm going to have to not start with my deluxe ass power washer with my super fancy trident head. I've gotten so used to using this and this alone. I have to start all the way over, and it's going to make me sad. But yes, I have done every single board in Powerwash Simulator. Every seasonal one, every DLC, paid and free. This is the last one. And then as soon as I finish this, there will be no new Powerwash stuff anymore. It's all going to be either just redoing old ones for the fun of it, or helping out other people in multiplayer, or waiting until Powerwash Simulator 2. I am not doing all the achievements. There are some of those that are ridiculous. Some of them are easy enough, like, you know, do the caterpillar's cocoon last in the Alice in Wonderland board. But there are some that are like, get to 90% before you get a single ding. And it's like, I can't. There's no way. I get dings accidentally too often to do that one. Or like the ones for the challenge modes of like, only use less than 100 steps, or only use 3 gallons of water or something like that. Like some ridiculously small amount. I'm never getting those. That is never going to be a thing. And that's fine. The animatic wave-like sculpture represents the birth of an idea. Well, it's the one I did first, so... The waves symbolize my subconscious mind and its fraught thought process. Okay. This is all fine. The balls are the ideas themselves. As you can see, one is about to be born. I did see that. That was pretty fun. Just checking. Hue unhewn. We do not begin our journey as a gray and dull top of the rasa, but as a glowing crystal of light, primed for the life of pure brilliance. Okay. So that's all clean. Let's just keep going around this way. And as always, if somehow this finds its way to the people who make Powerwash Simulator, if you want to just hook me up with a copy of Powerwash Simulator 2, I will absolutely stream it to my 2 viewers. Let's do this. basically we're sectioning off an area. Okay, that just makes my brain feel better. Oh. Everything froze there for a second. That's kind of bad, but we're good. It's okay. It was his time to get busted. So we've got ads incoming in about 5 minutes. Fair warning, folks. And as always, thank you for watching them. Every little bit helps. Let's start here. Goodbye, clock. Goodbye, me. But yes, every year on my Steam wrap-up, aside from the clicker game I play to pass the time, it has always been Powerwash Simulator as the most game I've played since I've gotten it. Waiting for that one, are you? Alright, give me a second. Hey, welcome on in, Delana. Oops, if I bring back to gameplay, nobody wants to see my face. OBS always gets me because they go from being like, you know, just now to a couple, like a blank minute ago, and it always changes where the position is on my activity feed, and I always think, oh, did something new happen? No, it's just it updating. Welcome in, Andelena. How are things going? Power washing is going good. TGIF indeed. This is my very last new board in Powerwash. They stopped making DLCs for this. So this is the last DLC, and this is the last board of the DLC. So this is the last time I get to clean a new board in Powerwash Simulator. I gotta wait until Powerwash Simulator 2 to clean more. There is actually a sequel coming out. It is on Steam. You can wishlist it. It comes out later this year sometime. We don't have a set date yet, but they keep on saying later this year. A whole bunch of new features, multiplayer setup from the beginning, and much more comprehensive. You get to pet Ulysses. There's a whole bunch of new tools. Like, I'm very excited for it. It's just bittersweet that they, in order to focus on that, they had to make the decision of, we're done doing Powerwash Simulator 1 updates. We'll make it like functional updates, but like no DLCs or new boards anymore. I've done all the DLCs, all the paid ones, all the free ones, all the seasonal ones. Oh. We'll continue when they come back from ads. Yes, exactly. Can't read the plaque until we're done cleaning everything, because them's the rules. One minute left on the ads. Okay, back. So you played... Yes, welcome back. I have played every single DLC. All the paid ones, all the free ones, all the seasonal ones. I have done every single board in Powerwash Simulator. And thank you everyone for sticking around through the ads. I know it can be a pain in the butt, but it does help the channel. Powerwash Simulator was not the very first game I ever streamed. That was Rogue Legacy 2, I want to say. But it was definitely up there. It was one of the first games I streamed and became a go-to anytime something didn't work. Anytime a game didn't want to work or behave itself or whatever was going on, I would just pop on Powerwash Simulator instead and just zone out. Need to finish the base game and all the DLCs. Well, Amber, you ever let me know. I can always hop in and do multiplayer. Okay. That's all done. Okay, great. Where's the plaque? Us, 2001. A moment within a moment. A through line, a for you line. We are caught, snagged, secured. Two happy fish in a net. Darcy. It's on the stream cell? I mean, I honestly, there is nothing quite like Powerwash Simulator for just zoning the fuck out. Putting on some, like, a podcast or just an audiobook in the background and just going, and you will just it's so relaxing. It was my go-to thing to do before I started streaming. Sorry, my foot is itching like a motherfucker and I gotta scratch it. Okay, I'm back. Alright. Let's do this real quick. Just so we can get this done. But yeah, as soon as I heard that there was Powerwash Simulator 2 coming out, I wishlisted it. As soon as it gets released, well, I won't say as soon as it gets released, because I don't know when it's going to be released. As soon as I get the money enough to purchase it after it's been released, I will purchase it. Okay. Let's take care of all of this and lead our way up to that sculpture. There's a gnome sculpture that's going to be the very last one we do because it's a gnome. This game started with a gnome, it can end with one. The curious animalistic sculpture is my spirit animal, Seymour. Every night in my dreams, I send him off to the astral plane to mine the Akashic records for inspirations. Oh, you're that kind of hippie. When he finally managed to find his way home, you can expect my work to go stratospheric. Oh, he's just not coming back. But yes, there's new innovations they've done in the teasers I've seen for the second game, like the fact that you have to wash off the soap, which is cool. You layer the soap over something to clean it and then wash it off to make it clean it easier. I'm excited to give it all a try. Okay, where are you? Your undercarriage? It's the undercarriage. Always wash your undercarriage, folks. I mean, hell, there is a reason why I have the cat lore emote on my channel, and it's because of this game. Because there was so much random lore around the mayor's missing cat that eventually we'd stop everything else and just start looking for the cat lore. Ding. And as Steam Elements is reminding us, or Stream Elements is reminding us, we do have merch. If you want everyone as people gear on t-shirts, hoodies, underwear, because you can do underwear as well. Oh, we're just going the entire length? Oh, it is going the entire length. Well, we're doing this now, folks. All the dings. Anyone have fun plans for the weekend? Who's doing what? almost halfway done. I should be headed to my cousin's for game night, but that involves getting up and real pants. That is very fair. We should bring back togas purely so that people don't have to wear pants anymore. Heck, when I saw you this week, Libs, I had to put on real pants. And I was like, I don't wanna. Other than that, I've been kind of avoiding making plans for reasons you already know about. The internet doesn't need to. Very fair. There we go. After stream, I'm going to finish the episode of Murderbot I started. Go do the thing, have fun. Bye. No worries, thank you for the lurk, Lips. Clean all your nooks and crannies. Let's get this all cleaned up nice and tidy. Okay. What was this? What did I say? Where's my damn ding? Okay. I just realized something. Is there only... Yeah. There's only 4 sculptures left, including the sewer sculpture. Well, I guess we are 58% of the way done. That is the one, I guess, downside, but also, like, frustration feature of the Trident thing is that it cleans too fast. Then again, I know for a fact I don't want to be sitting here going over things over and over again in order to get them clean. The megalith is a 1/10 model of the house in which I shall see out my final day. What? It'd be colossal, made from marble, and float 10 feet in the air due to magnetic... I doubt it will, buddy. The magnets will be powered by a solar farm the sides of Suds East City, which will replace Suds East City. No, it won't. I love you, Darcy. It's not going to. That's not a thing that's going to happen. Or we can imagine, we can manifest. There's the first of the dings. Some of you are still dirty. Where? Okay, this curls up and around. So this is the dirty one still. Where the fuck are you still dirty? Come on, you. I'll have to come back to you. Hey, Delana, thank you for the lurk. Yeah, if people got a lurk, that's fine. If it's just me hanging out by myself, this is what the stream is for. Nice, soothing music, relaxingness, dulcet tones. I didn't read the plaque. I'm sorry, folks. The Eye of Porus 2021. Was the Eye of Horus ever for us? Porus? Our vision of the holy is holy. Gaps in our perception prevent this manifestation of the vision. Aha! Gotcha, you piece of shit. Gotta clean the undercarriage. And yes, stream, thank you for reminding me to stretch out my knee, because I tend to just get locked in and zone out playing this game. There's the ding. Okay. hate when it does that. When it does when you suddenly realize it's each individual part versus one thing as a whole, and you're like, well, where are you still dirty? Black sculpture is very pink. It is very pink. Well, apparently it's going to be a 10 times the size of this house that is going to be floating above the ground and powered by a solar farm that replaces an entire city. Or so the artist says. I, for some reason, do not believe him. Why are there footprints up here? I know I'm up here, but I shouldn't be up here. I will say, the stone is very resilient to cleaning. The dirt likes to stick to it. There's 70 waves in there. Let me just check my phone to make sure the world isn't exploding. Give me a sec, folks. I'm just gonna check something real quick. Okay. That's one thing I really hope they do change in Powerwash Simulator 2. Sorry, my brain went someplace and I realized I haven't been talking out loud. I'd love for, like, as you clean the sections, them to, like, light up in the sunlight because they're no longer dirty. Instead of just being the same exact shape and the same exact color and texture. Because, like, if it is crystal, well, I guess it is stone, but then they could have done it with that crystal, like just having it shine and sparkle. It'd be a shit ton of programming, so it's probably not going to happen. But it'd be a cool thing to see. Yeah, exactly. Just letting it, when the ding happens, letting it, like, actual properly shine. Okay. I think this is, oh, here we go, there's a section. I think with this, it's all the base. After that, we're just doing some rock climbing. Okay, Twitch, you shouldn't have another ad break for freaking an hour after you do the last one. I've got it set up that way. Why are you like this? Okay. Back up to the 80s tomorrow. Yay! Where are you still dirty? Nope. There we go. Okay. That's good enough for government work. Oh, we gotta read the plaque. Home, sweat home, 2012. Through one's own toil, the home and homemaker become one. got 2 sculptures left, folks. We got 25% left to do. I mean, again, it's one of those things of it's the blessing and the curse of the Trident spray head. It cuts through everything, and it cuts through everything fast, which on one hand limits the game, on the other hand, is an anti-frustration feature, so I'm not just going over the same spot again and again and again and again. You always got to find that balance with Powerwash Simulator of how fat. Like, it's one of the reasons why I never use soap. Soap just seems like such a detriment to yourself, because the more soap you use, the less time you're going to spend on something. We're all set there. We're going to do this. And we'll just start doing this side of things. Why are you so dirty? Oh. There we go. There's that ding for me. This off and just do this part real quick. Finally, the bearded figure in the corner is my father. It's a gnome, buddy. That's not your dad. Unless you're also a gnome. Eyes closed in disappointment. Ears, arms tucked behind back, aloof and superior. It's a gnome, buddy! He was sensitive about his poorly defined eyebrows. But that, hence his large pointed hat, a distraction device. Nope, nope, still a gnome. Bench or statue first? Let's do bench first. Let's end on the 2 statues. Nope, that doesn't work. Let's put this over here. I will probably need it for the gnome. Always clean your undercarriage. Okay, bench clean. Let's clear up this bit of floor so that we can ding the entire floor section. There we go. Don't worry, Seymour, we'll get you all nice and clean. Seymour, you kind of look like a dinosaur. Okay. Come home, Seymour, 1997. You sent him off in 1997, buddy? You flew high, Seymour, all the way to Akasha. Why have I never seen you since? You who now know all. I made you and gave you purpose, return to me. Okay. We're at 88%. We got 2 sections of floor left to clean, and then we gotta clean the statue. Oh, looks like I got more than 2 seconds of floor clean. There's that dang. %. We're in the home stretch, folks. There's that big ding. Just gotta check something real quick. Okay. Hated doing the skate. Yeah, skate park. Same. I was getting skate park vibes. I didn't hate doing the skate park, mainly because I was doing it on stream and I was just hanging out with people. What killed me was the Sasquatch house. The one the park ranger sets up to find Sasquatch. That is just so big and sprawling, and there's so many nooks and crannies that is such a pain in the ass to do. But yes, I was absolutely getting skate park. Blah 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 blah. I was absolutely getting skate park vibes from this as well. I don't think I've seen that yet, but it sounds like today it is. In fact, I had stopped playing Powerwash Simulator because of that board until I needed something to stream. And I just needed something to keep me going for a while and something I could focus on. What? Where are you still? Where are you still dirty? No. Remember, folks, when I said always clean your undercarriage. If someone can't help you help clean theirs. Okay. We're at 99%, folks. go hunting. We missed 2 of the block sections. Okay. That's over here. There's 1. Oh, it's up there. So that means here, to here. Nope, excuse me, to here, to here, to here. Oh. Could it possibly be this section? Alright. Gnome sculpture arms. Alright, let's grab a ladder. Gnome sculpture beard. Gnome sculpture face. And then I fell off. What's left? Crystal sculpture sections. Ah! Hold on. Forgot something. Man of 1,000 faces. You have 1,000 aspects, all of them facing inward. Come outside sometime. You might enjoy yourself and see what I've made. Okay. Missing 1 section. There we go. Gnome sculpture lights. Did I do the lights? Large pattern trims. Large platform, not pattern. That one. Got that one. Okay, I'm missing 1. Ah. Sphere sculpture plaque stand. I didn't do the plaque stand? Oh, I'm slacking. And then boulder on the wave sculpture. The creases and shit. Always the creases and shit. so that one's clean. That one's clean. Aha. And I'm missing a section of the wave. Which section am I missing? There it is. Where are you still dirty? There we go. Job complete. Jetsmith, you have cleansed my work, and with it my being. If you gave me a cucumber sandwich, I might not eat it, but were you to put one in my hand, then take it away, I would snatch it back and eat it as if it was the last sandwich on earth. Still, I wonder, is the work complete? Perhaps it has lost something through its cleaning. Perhaps. 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 And that, as they say, is that. That is all of the Muckingham files complete. That is all of the game files complete. That is all of the seasonal specials complete. I don't know why these didn't show up. We've cleaned them all. That is all of Wallace and Gromit complete. That is all of Shrek complete. That is all of Alice in Wonderland complete. That is all of Warhammer 40k complete. That is... For some reason the time machine keeps on doing that, but I have done all 4 of them. That is all of SpongeBob SquarePants. SpongeBob Warhammer was a hot mess. It was very difficult. Warhammer proved to me why I should never actually get into the minis, because I do not have the patience to paint them all. That's all of SpongeBob complete. That is all of Final Fantasy complete. That is all of Tomb Raider complete. Every single board has been done. Thank you guys for hanging out with me for this. This was a very bittersweet stream. I am going to miss this game. I will come back and play it and just goof off and randomly, clean stuff. But it is the end of an era. Thank you all. I love you. And as always, thanks for stopping by, guys. Thanks for breaking my cow lamp. I will talk to you guys soon.